Should I get my earpieces?
Probably. It was easier to hear when we didn't have to keep the volume so low.
Here. Hello, hello, hello. Is anybody out there? I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Why don't you share it out? How
Hello.
are you doing today?
Give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to share this out. Oh, we're doing good. We are. So, the guest that we have on tonight is not able to come on tonight, so we're just gonna kind of wing it, I guess.
Or have anybody else up that.
Or have somebody else who's interested that wants to come up.
Hey Eric, how are you?
Well, Miss Jackson, do you want to come up? Hey, Jack.
Hey, normal. How are you doing?
How are you guys doing tonight? Or today, I guess. It's only depends on where you are.
We're doing pretty good. I just got off of work about an hour ago.
Nice.
And yeah, so
Yep.
unfortunately, the other guest that we were supposed to have wasn't able to come up, so we're gonna do a live with Miss Jackson here. Yeah, so be a little different, I guess.
What do you so this is my first time here with you guys.
Okay.
What are your lives like when you say guests, like what do you usually do?
So generally, what we do is we. Are you an investigator at all?
Yes, I well, I was not right now, but I honestly in the house I live in, I don't need to try anything anymore. You know, like
Sorry.
oh, sorry. Yeah.
Good job.
That's me.
Sorry. Yeah. I've always had like the supernatural things happening. I did do investigating um in my early 20s. I'm in my 30s now. And then I guess after going to a place in New England called Emily's Bridge. I don't know if
Hmm.
you're familiar with that location, but a buddy of mine and I created like a ghost radio like frequency, and there was definitely a negative entity there. Because yeah, so anyway, I stopped after that, but I don't really stop. I can turn my phone recorder on and pick up things, and I've had many things happen to me regardless. So yeah. But
So what
long
was the
story long.
reason? What why did you stop investigating? I know you said that the entity that you came in contact with was negative, but was that the reason you stopped, or was there something else?
Well, it was demonic. It wasn't just negative, and I'm a very like I guess empath medium where I don't like putting labels, but I figured out the things after having instances happen, and um I just didn't want to put myself in danger by exposing myself because there are entities that can, you know, take advantage. So, and being
And when you
I've
say
tried to
demonic, I'm not trying to get too, um, but when you say demonic, what would it do to make you think it was demonic?
so people have gone to that location and used Ouija boards and things like that. I think it had opened up a portal and let something in, whatever it is. So my buddy and I, we went to the bridge and we've had heard from, and my sister had been there before, like years prior, and it was kind of the same thing. So he had walked across the bridge first. This was around midnight. It's a old covered bridge. There's a river under it. Um, and he comes back and he had scratches on his back. I walked across and I could feel like on the wood of the bridge behind me, just walking behind me, and then I like scurried back. Then we turned it was like a basic like Radio Shack, and you can just have it constantly scan and the radio frequencies, right? And then
767.
we we would ask questions, and when I started saying you're not Emily, you're something else, aren't you? That's when it started saying like I don't want to swear. I don't know what you're I don't want to get booted, but it was
Oh, you're
like
fine.
you bitch, shut up, bitch, I'll get you. And I'm like, we should probably leave. And then as we get in the car and we're like gonna back out, like or like orbs of light kind of appeared, and I just had this like heavy dread feeling like for the next couple days, and it was like, but some of the stories from like my sister, like I said, her friends, like they said there was like something kind of frog like crawling on the like inside on the rafters, like when they walked across, and I just know it was not like it was brought through a portal, like someone brought it from using a means. It was not a good thing because it was supposed to be Emily's ghost. It was not at all. So that's how I knew. But
So being a
there's
medium and an
family
empath,
history with demonic entities. So,
so being a medium and an empath, do you set boundaries with these spirits? Like,
oh
um,
yes.
Okay, so the entity that you came in contact with was demonic, and you that's the last time that you came in contact with a spirit on a paranormal investigation, and that spirit was the spirit that made you stop investigating, like stop investigating. I know you say that you investigate on a daily basis, but going out to investigate and seeking places to investigate, that's the reason why you stopped.
Um, I mean, honestly, if I could find a group, I did try to look at local groups to go with.
Mm-hmm.
But that at that time was why I stopped. And there's apparently in my area no groups looking for new people. Um, so that's always like discerning because it's like I think it would be something that I think I would be an asset 100%, but um I would continue. I would go on certain investigations. It would just depend on the location for sure.
So one of the things that I did a long time ago was I created a community with somebody else. There was another female investigator with a different group, and what we did monthly meetings in the back of like, this witchcraft store, and we invited the community. It was free for them to come in, and we talked about investigating the tools that we used, and we had people who were interested, not necessarily people who actually investigated, but people who were interested. And what we found was that there was a lot of people who were interested, didn't know where to start, didn't know what type of equipment they needed to use, and there was a couple people who actually got together from that group and created their own group. So, is that something that maybe you can look into instead of like reaching out and trying to find a group? Why not try to create your own group?
I mean, in this day and age, there's media, there's a lot, but if you don't meet the people in person that you're trying to create the group with, I feel like you don't know if the dynamic, their energy, um, there's a lot to it, I feel like, because it, for me, is a very, I mean, it's an energy, spiritual thing. If you're not prepared and the people that you're with aren't on the same, like, mindset, it could cause issues. But yeah, I mean, I guess that could be something. I'm currently day 1.5 on furlough right now because of the shutdown, so I have some time. In my,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess I could possibly, while I'm currently not able to work, do something of the sort. Yeah. I'm in the New England area, so we have a lot
Okay.
of good locations for sure.
Oh yeah.
Where you,
I want
what
to.
region
We're from
you
the
guys?
Midwest, out near Chicago, so we want to try to work our way up there someday.
Well, you have, you know what? I know some good locations. If you ever come up, hit me up and I could show you
Okay.
Absolutely.
So what are
for
you doing
sure.
now, like paranormal wise? What is it that you do now?
Survive. Honestly, it's no, it's my almost 2 years in my house from 1930, and it's not as bad as my apartment I was in before, where I actually have on my page, recording my cute dog on my bed, and then a voice which I didn't hear, obviously, with my ear, but it came over Class A EVP, I will kill you. And then a couple nights later, I had a cast iron tortilla press on a shelf, and that actually half the shelf fell over on me as well. Didn't work. I was still alive, but I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, you tried. And I do have videos where I've caught stuff. And just from things I've seen as well. It's real. People deny the existence of things. I like I mean, honestly, interdimensional beings and like Einstein said parallel dimensions where they're here, we can't see them, but they can see us and there's a cross in between. It's trying to understand it, and that's I think the beautiful thing about paranormal investigating is really trying to understand what is happening with all of it. Yeah.
Well, so it's kind of, I'm going to use the word cliche that you say, paranormal investigating. So, what do people do during investigations? Like, why are people investigating? Are they investigating because it's a hobby and they just want to go out and do it? Are they investigating because they want to actually find out what's really going on? Or are they doing it for the thrill of
Validate.
it? Like a lot of people, I feel like now are just doing it because they're not trying to find a reason behind what's happening, right? They're really doing it because they it's like a hobby to them. I've I've had my own experiences. I've met a lot of people who've never had experiences in their entire life, and they're a paranormal investigator. Um, I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm just I'm just wondering what is it that they're seeking,
Well, I can't say what they're seeking. I
right?
can say self personally, it's because ever since I was a kid, I always had experiences, whether it was seeing shadow figures or hearing the most terrifying laughter chains rattling in the middle of the night and then dissipating and nowhere, or just, I mean, ac- I've seen a gray, but that's a different story. Like, and that's where paranormal goes beyond. Is it just things that we don't see or things that are there? But for me, for mine, it's because I have experienced it and I am knowledgeable and aware, and I would go in being confident and secure and not be frightened. But it's more or less some spirits don't understand what's going on and where they are. I personally would like to help some get to where they need to go. And I feel like those who have never experienced it, like you said, maybe it's for a rush, maybe it's because they're not believers, and that's fine. If there are those that are there trying to disprove, it's never wrong to have that mindset of someone who can debunk it, right? But when they can't, that just makes it even better when they have that, oh, well, that's weird. Like making them actually see it is real. And I think some people just, like you said, do it because it's seems cool or it's the new fad. Like, I'm a ghost hunter. Let's go and find some
Yeah.
ghosts. Like, so
No,
yeah, there's all
and
different
that's
spectrum.
so interesting fact. We spoke with somebody down in Savannah, Georgia, and he happens to be a paranormal investigator from overseas. Was it UK something? He said like 10 years ago there was only maybe 1,500 paranormal groups in the United States, and now there's over 5,000. and but that's without people who have actually documented their team to be an actual team. So we could have maybe over 10, 15,000 paranormal groups that, who are not documented as paranormal groups, but they go out and investigate. And he thinks that number is absurd. He thinks that number is extremely high compared to other countries, where other countries may not even have 1,000 paranormal investigators, because the ones that are actually doing it are the ones who are doing it because they want to know what's out there. They want to find out how they're coming through. They want to find out exactly the happenings of the paranormal, instead of just going out and saying, "Oh yeah, that was a paranormal experience. Let's go home." And that's kind
Yeah.
of the numbers that he threw at us, and and the majority of the people who are doing it aren't doing it for a reason of trying to actually find out what it is and why. It's just because they want to do it, and like thrill seeking.
They're jumping on the bandwagon of all the TV shows and wanting to have that next big, video that goes out there viral.
Oh, we got one. Oh, thank you
Yeah.
guys for the flash goal.
Thank you.
And that's what I'm like into.
Thanks, Start.
Which
Thanks, Cody, for the.
is why I've my account's private for a reason. Like I'm not thrill seeking. I'm not trying to like boast, but the fact that I caught it, I had to share it to someone because it was just absolutely like, oh, like that's interesting. But I've caught way better what they call Class A EVPs than the majority of the paranormal shows that are famous. Like out of how many that they do and what they capture, I'm like, I could just be sitting in my room and capture something that is higher quality. Like it's crazy. But yeah, thrill seekers, trying to get famous, I get it. That's not where I'm at. I think a big reason too for individuals that are not just doing it, and it's curiosity of, I guess, our mortality and existence, and being like, well, why are you there? Like,
Yeah.
maybe that could be something that we experience one day. Like, where are you? Like, so that's the
I'll be on
other.
the other side doing it.
Thank you, Joy. So I want to go back to the whole. I want to stay in that conversation about how many investigators are out there and why they're doing it. So, from personal experience and other people that I've investigated with, we went to Trans Allegheny a couple weeks ago, and barely any of our equipment went off. Our REM devices would go off every so often, but our tripwire and our static dome, I think our tripwire maybe triggered once that night, and the static dome maybe once or twice. But when I watch some of these paranormal shows or YouTube, they kind of turn me off. Like things happen every 2 to 3 minutes, and devices are going off, things are being thrown off the shelves, and all this other weird stuff, which I've never experienced, and I've been investigating for almost 10 years. And I go to Trans Allegheny, and we're sitting trying to communicate with the spirits that are there, and our equipment don't even go off for the entire night. You don't hear anything. We're not, and it was like really, really quiet. And I know some nights that happens, but for the people who are on YouTube and the people who are on TikTok, and they're documenting all this stuff constantly, I think it's, for one, I think it's bullcrap. I'm gonna just announce that right now. I think it's bullcrap. And if you don't want to be in our live and you don't want to follow us because I say that, that's fine. But I generally think it's bullcrap. And I go on people's lives on TikTok all the time and I ask them, why do you have this device next to your K2? Why do you have all this stuff next to each other when you know the K2 is when it's gonna affect the K2? And I say it all the time, and people block me when I go into the lives, and they hate it because everybody else can see what I'm saying. I get blocked. I
Yeah.
get and I don't think it's right. People are sharing false information to others, and it's making a bad name for the paranormal group. So I just kind of want to know your thoughts on that.
I honestly, I try to skip past if it comes up. A lot of when there's like live investigations, I have stopped on a couple where they had like the sensor lights and stuff, and um, I skip by because I feel like, well, I know that the phone is also like a portal for spirits that can go through. So stopping on types of pages like that, if you don't protect yourself or block anything, then they can come through while you're watching. And there have been like some of the what are they called? Like the boxes where they speak through it with echoes and stuff.
You're
And
talking about the
I've
portal device.
yeah. Again, I'm horrible at the names. All this new technology since I was doing it. I'm like, wow, look at it. Like, I would love it. Love to have one of those, but at the same time, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't because I would play with it too much. But it's interesting because I would speak but not be in the room, and they would respond to my questions. And that's how I'm like, okay, this phone is, it's, yeah, not just a phone. Like, it is, you can, like, communicate through things like electronics and things, even if you're not in the room with them. That's one of, like, why I just don't even try to stop at certain, like, pages where they're investigating because like live because it can actually be access to you depending I guess who you are, it if that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, it does.
I mean, we've had our lives where different locations we don't do it for entertainment. We do it so that people see exactly what we're doing during investigations. They get to experience it with us. And Joy in the chat, she comes in our lives and she'll tell us what she feels, and she lets us know what she's seeing or hearing or tasting. Whatever's coming to her through our lives. And obviously, like, some people don't have the protection or the ability to kind of shield themselves. So we can understand absolutely why some people would avoid going in certain lives, especially if they're trying to rile up the spirits or piss them off to get a reaction.
That's the worst when I've like seen comments and I'm like, why would you do that? Like, don't you
Yeah.
understand, like, it's not a game. Like, the Ouija board is not a game. It was put out by someone who understood exactly what they were trying to do. And people, I mean, they still sell it in stores. Like, it's not a game. It's real. Like, it opens things. But yeah. That's interesting. I'm glad that you mentioned that about your friend because that's definitely been something I've experienced in lives with like hearing, and the people there were saying they couldn't hear anything, and I was
Mm-hmm.
hearing like the voices through the recording, which is very common, obviously. Like, our ears can't hear, but for some reason, like technology in the phone can hear certain like tones, and then it would pick up and like what is that device that has the words that show up on it? Sorry, the
Obvious.
K Obulus. Yeah, it would like come up after, and like it was very interesting.
Yeah. So Chris, our other investigator, she has an Ovilus that she uses, and um, we have messed around with some of the apps on our phones, and um, GhostTube is a popular one that people use. I kind of I was using GhostTube for a while, and now I'm kind of leaning towards Transcend Theory. Joy uses Transcend Theory. I know she uses the Alice box as well, but Transcend Theory has to be one of my favorite devices because it actually uses like phonetic sounds instead of actual words. So it'll spit out sounds that the letters that are coming through, and it creates a word through that. So there's no word bank inside the app itself, and I really kind of like that because it's able to manipulate the sounds in the system to spit out what they want to tell you. I know some of it's gibberish, but there's a filter that can cut down on what the AI in the program thinks that is not a word. It'll just not spit it out. It'll only spit out sounds that will create a word. So,
Amen.
but Chris does use an Ovilus, and we used an Ovilus and one of the apps, and we actually had one of the apps talk to one another with the Ovilus. So it was kind of going back and forth. It was kind of neat how it worked. So
I've had that happen a couple times.
yeah. But I'm kind of like with Cody a little bit too. I use a lot of ITC stuff because there's
I'm gonna sound stupid. What does that stand for?
it's like the SB7.
But you don't know what ITC stands for.
It's something communication. I don't know.
Put you on the spot.
Acronyms? Oh, there's so many. Can't keep up.
Right?
I'm sure Joy knows what it means. Somebody else in here knows what it means. I know it's something communication, and it's fine if I don't know it. But I just know the acronym is ITC. So the SB7 is an ITC device, and basically that just uses stuff that's not. It's not like something that has an actual word bank in it. It randomly spits out things. So. Eric,
Yeah, with the apps, my brain was like in intertransmission device or interdimensional transmission device or translator. Translator device, I think, is the TD, but the I don't
think
know.
it's transmission.
I've had bad luck with those, like the phone ones, but
Yeah, instrumental transcommunication device.
transcommunication, yeah.
Thanks, Megan. We owe you one.
Investigating the sea paranormal.
The C is silent.
I mean, like I said, I have better luck hearing if I just turn on the basic voice recorder on my phone if I wanted to try.
So obviously you
But-
said that you were medium psychic empath, and that you did have experiences when you were young. What was an experience that made you want to learn more about your gift and what it meant to you?
Oh boy. Oh boy. No. So there's a few. I'd say There was one where, so I grew up with like a double story house, but like the first story was the basement, and we had the wooden stairs, but there were the wooden stairs that had the spaces. So like always they were the run upstairs, like someone's gonna grab my leg or something. Well, it was my brother and I by ourselves. We had a dog that was there with us. I don't remember why I went down into the basement, but I turned and looked to my left, which under the stairs was like a water heater, and it's like, concrete foundation. And I looked and I saw a full figure human shadow, and it stopped, and then it ran under the stairs, and I ran up the stairs, and I was like to my brother, like, BJ, were you just under the stairs? And he's like, no, it was probably the dog, Tasha. And I'm like, and then I look and she's like sleeping in the living room. And I'm like, okay, well, for one, she doesn't stand on her hind legs and have like a full, it was like head, shoulder, arms, like it ran. And I was like, okay, that was weird. But that wasn't the only thing. That wasn't the only incident. Um, Around the same time, like I had a bunk bed. Was on the bottom. It was like an old wooden one. And I thought my brother was on the top. So I'm talking like my dog, sorry, my brother's up there. And all of a sudden the bed like stops moving. And then I hear, Mariah. And I'm like, what, BJ? And I pop and grab and look up on top, and no one's up there. And then I go, and his room was next to mine, and his door was super creaky, so you'd be able to hear if he like snuck off the bed and went in his room. And I go and I open the door. I'm like, were you on the bunk bed? He's like, no, I've been in here. And I'm like, so I was literally in the room by myself talking to someone who wasn't there, and the bed was moving. And this is a heavy wooden like bunk bed, and when it moved, like there has to be an actual weight on the top to make it creak and move like that. And then hearing my name, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, I guess he wasn't there. But I mean, there are more. It's just, yeah, it's very interesting when the night terror started to happen and everything. That was kind of a sign as well of there was an entity in the house. But I believe it was brought from, I don't know, my mother, and that's a whole different story. Possibly for future time. I don't want to bore keep going on things. Yeah.
No, that's very interesting. And I do want to announce that since Megan's in the chat, I don't know if Chris is still here or not, but next Friday we are going to be going to Whispers Estate with Megan. Chris is going to come with us, Amy, and us. So we will be live during our investigation there. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Amy will be live. I don't know if Megan will be, but as you guys know, we don't go live all night long because we want to do our own thing as well, and we don't want to be interfering with other paranormal groups. It is a pretty small house, and that's the first place. Yeah, Megan said hide and seek. It's the first place that we actually started playing hide and seek.
No, it's not.
The first place.
No, we never played hide and seek there.
Yeah, we played.
That was the first place I investigated.
Yeah, but we went. Oh no, that was Never mind. That wasn't that place. That was Asher Walton House.
Walton.
I'm sorry. Anyway.
Smart. I know things.
Yeah, Asher Walton.
See, she's smart. She knows things.
I'm sorry, guys. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. Anyway,
it has
next
been
Friday
a
is our
long year.
investigation. So
Yeah.
That's awesome. What as someone who is thinking about getting back into it, what is some of the equipment that you plan on bringing with you?
we have a tripwire. We have a static dome. We
Those
build
are
our.
those are his new toys, so he's all about those.
We just purchased it's not a dead bell. It's similar to a dead bell. It's not called a dead
Brick
bell,
bell
but
or
it's
something.
called the brick bell or something, or the brick in bell. I don't know. Anyway, it works similar to the dead bell. It's red in color, and we bought it for like $60.
They
Nice.
can try it out. See what we
So
think.
I didn't want to pay the amount that
Other stores are selling them for.
yeah. But we build our own
Do you have-
devices as well, so
Yeah, we know you do, Eric.
Do you have? Because I bought. It's funny. I still have it. I haven't like tried to create something out of it, but how I did see when I was like getting into it, like that old Xbox, like body
SOS,
sensing,
yeah.
like yeah, and how you can use that to create like an SLS like
yeah,
camera
we build
with.
those too.
Well, if you have any advice on, like, not now, but because I have it, I just need to build it. Hush your muffin. Sorry, my dog.
You can always message me. I can send you the links to the software, and you can just download it. And once you download it, you can just open it up, and it'll start working as long as everything's connected properly. So
Okay. Yeah, because I have that piece, and I'm like, well, I just kind of dropped off from there because of life, as you know how that happens. But yeah, are you bringing an SLS camera or no?
yeah, we have one that we bring everywhere.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is interesting for sure. I feel like I did have an app. Like I know there was like an app for that, but sometimes obviously some objects just seemed like it would show because it looked like it, but I definitely there were some times where I'm like, that's a figure. Like
Yeah.
responding.
Well, sometimes you have to be able to differentiate what is a figure and what's not a figure. So it's always going to pick up on chairs. It's always going to pick up on tombstones. It's always going to pick up on things that may look similar to a human body. It's not, just because it pops up on a chair doesn't mean that there's a spirit sitting in a chair. You have to be able to be like, oh, okay, well, that's just picking up on the chair. Or that's picking up on the pillar on the wall because you just have to be able to figure out. You, as the investigator, have to figure out if it's real or not.
Yeah, 100%. And I've been able to do that, and that's why I'm like, is this app like, is it really worth it? Because I'm like, this is a little too touchy. That's why like having an actual legit one put together, I think would be better. Because my house right now is interesting. I was in my office at work 2 days ago, and one of our mannequin airway heads just flew off the shelf. I'm just sitting in there alone with the door shut, and it flew off the shelf, and I'm like, okay, that's fun. Like, like, you know, like there has been some interesting thing, and I do think that it has to do with partly my energy, perhaps, and maybe something else. But I'm just so like I said, they follow me where I go. It seems.
Joey was asking if that was captured on CCTV at all.
CCTV? What?
With the mannequin head. Like if you
Oh
have,
no,
like we have Ring cameras in our house, to watch our dog and the kids
no,
and
this was
stuff.
my
So,
work office.
oh, okay. So you guys don't have
Yeah,
anything
so
like
I'm in
that.
the medical field, and we like don't have cameras inside because HIPAA. Um, to
Yeah.
we have medical individuals come in. So I'm sitting in my office. One of my supervisors come in. She's just letting me know like I can't leave yet because we're waiting for a memorandum to be sent to us because of the whole government shutdown furlough thing.
Yeah.
And then she shuts the door, and I'm sitting in there. And then a couple minutes later, I hear like I hear it, and I look, and I see it just go flying off, and I'm like, that thing has been sitting in place for months. There's no reason. Like it wouldn't had been like she had popped her head in the door, like she didn't. It's not like she shut it quickly. There's no airflow because the AC or heat do not work in my office, which is great. So I'm like, there's no airflow. I already debunked it. That just happened by myself. It flew out, and it's funny because it was hanging. It didn't even like hit the ground because it was hanging because with the airway head mannequins, they have all these tubes and stuff that you can attach certain things to. So it's just hanging there, and I'm like, okay. Yep.
When things
That's-
like that happen, do you do anything to try to communicate with the spirits?
I just continue working. I think I I have the Irish mentality sometimes when if I feel it's trying to purposely get a rise out of me, I say, well, don't mess with me, I won't mess with you. But also you don't scare me, and good job doing that. Like,
Well, you say
no, I'm
you're a
not.
medium, right? So you're able to like what kind of what are you able to feel the energy around you? What are you able to see, and how can you? Because like Joy, when she comes in and she feels things and she sees things, um, like she lets us know what type of entity it is and what its intentions are, or possibly are, and what it wants.
Yeah. So, using my mind sight, if I try to actually like see, that's a thing. If it's in my presence or I can hear over video, I have the ear, but also sometimes just like I said, like being able to hear. It's I've worked on it since for a long time, and it again has to do with my protection. So it's not keeping myself open when I don't want to be open. And there's, yeah, like if I really am going to like try to focus, I can. I think in a paranormal investigation, I wouldn't go balls to the wall to be like, I'm here, but I would be able to feel, pinpoint, sense, and know where. I mean, I've had flashes of actual, like, the events of the individuals. Like, it's like a movie scene, it just flashes. I can't explain it, like, just seeing it, and yeah. I guess that's the best way. Like a movie scene that just flashes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know everybody's different, so I was just kind of curious.
Yeah. I've never had to really try to explain it. But also I'm still trying to keep like not I don't know. Some yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to say like trying to sound crazy. Like I don't want to it's hard
I
to
mean, we're all kind
explain.
of crazy, right? So,
Well, of course. I mean, I've been in the medical field and worked in kitchens, so you gotta be a little crazy. But yeah.
well, we're gonna make a couple announcements, and I want to thank you for coming up and joining us tonight. Um, but we're gonna make some announcements on what we're doing in the future and what we have planned, like coming up. So, again, we appreciate you coming up. Is there anything that you want our viewers to know?
I mean, you guys seem amazing.
Thank
I
you.
look to try to follow. It says join fan club. So is that just send you?
One of the things that we like to do is when we go on investigations, the first reaction that we have is to try to debunk. We don't go around running, doing crazy stuff. We don't scream demons. We don't scream, oh my god, it's a ghost. The first thing that we do is, yeah, we have an initial reaction to what's happening.
Except Tim. Tim will scream when he goes to
No, I was saying
Um,
try. I am following you. Okay. Yeah. There we go. I think I
but
was.
Sorry.
um, but yeah, we try to debunk as well. So if anybody comes into our lives, which we go live often, and while we're doing our investigations, we actually had somebody that we invited step out of a doorway, and everybody in our life was like, "Oh my god, what was that? That was like a humanoid figure," and we went back on our DVR cameras and found out it was actually somebody who came with us. Um, we want to be truthful. We want to be 100% with people, and we're not here to make stuff up. We're here to document it, and what we experience is what everybody experiences. If we don't experience anything, well, I'm sorry, but that's going to be your experience as well. So, we appreciate the followers and we appreciate the support that we have for that. We're 100% real people, and we're not here to bullshit anybody. So,
Well, I have a keen ear. If you have any recordings, that you're like,
Looks like it's holding.
it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we try to go
Yeah.
through our DVR systems and post videos and stuff. Even when we're live, if people want to chime in and be like, "Oh, hey, I just heard something," if you're watching, feel free to shout it out in the comments because it's something that we do try to interact with at that point.
And even
Yeah.
if we don't respond to what people are saying, we are seeing the comments. It's not that we're ignoring what people are saying. It's that, like, we kind of get in the moment and we're getting activity from what we're doing. And, sometimes it kind of happens so fast and then the comments just keep flowing. So,
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate you guys, and
you're
I hope
very
you have
welcome.
a wonderful night.
Thank you.
Thank
You as
you.
well.
Thank you for joining us.
I'm going to kick you out, though, so whatever gifts that you may have gotten, you can keep. Okay. That was a good live with Miss Jackson. I appreciate her coming up. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. So yeah, we have a couple announcements.
Why?
What is happening?
I don't know. My earbud.
I don't know. I can hear myself talking.
I can't hear anything now because I turned off my.
Okay. So Saturday we're going to the Rock Island Paracon, and we're going to be a vendor there. It is for the Paracon that we're going to is the Devil on the Run, and that's part of the tour that the Annabelle Doll is going to be on. So we are going to that. We're very excited to experience that. Again, next weekend on Friday night, we are going to be investigating with Megan, Amy, and Chris at Whispers Estate. So that's going to be fantastic. And then also in December, it's going to be the whole same group. It's going to be Amy, Megan, Chris, Kate, and I at the State House. I believe it's December 3rd.
5th.
Or the 5th, I'm sorry. December 5th, we're going to be going to the State House in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So, yeah, we're excited to end our year on those two investigations with some great people. I know our birthday is coming up. We have an investigation at Sleeper Mortuary too, by the way, at Sleeper Mortuary next year.
Hey, Jolly.
What's up, Jolly? Next year on Halloween, since it's a Saturday night, we're going to Sleeper Mortuary on Halloween night. So that's going to be fun.
I can't comment. I had to turn off my. Paranormal Antics was saying that Nick has a con November 8th and 9th.
Oh.
So.
Well, he hasn't reached out to me, and I haven't seen anything on it, so I'll have to reach out to him and...
Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
So, something we could look into or talk to him about.
Joy, we have not tried the coffee yet because I woke
Tim
up this
forgot.
morning. Well, I didn't forget, but I wanted to clean the kitchen before I left for work this morning. So I was actually going to make some in the morning, and then I'm going to make a TikTok video on it. So that should be uploaded tomorrow morning. But we're very excited to try it. I hope it tastes like alien.
How do you know what alien tastes like? Is it like chicken?
Kind of slimy chicken.
Oh. But yeah, we've got some great stuff coming up, and we're really excited to round out the year with a couple investigations. Looking into some Paracons next year that we've signed up for already. We'll get those out on our website for our upcoming events. Thank you, Ms. Paranormal. We have been working on devices to build for this weekend, finishing up some.
These are the ones that we're finishing up now. We're finishing up some music boxes, so we have this one that we're working on. And we have this one.
And then that one.
And then we have a plain one because we try to keep our
Thank you.
variances on pricing so people who don't want to spend the money on a customized one, then we have options of non-customized for a better cost. So
yeah. And I am working on trying to find get different designs that we can do for if you want like an artwork piece that's just on like a plain board. Hey Ashley, how are you? So if you're wanting something to like hang on your wall, I do have like key holders, things like that we'll be getting on our website soon. We do have them made, they just haven't made it up there yet. Excuse me. But yeah, and I mean we really enjoyed doing all this and getting to know everybody, and hope to have some more investigators and people in the community up here to share their stories and get to know everyone better.
Yeah, we kind of slowed down. We're trying to pick back up on making equipment. We kind of slowed down because something, I'm not really going to get into it, but things happened, things changed, and we're kind of doing it ourselves currently. So we're at the mercy of full-time job, kids at home, and
Sports.
Kids are in sports, and we're constantly leaving and coming back home. So it's a little hectic,
Little chaos.
but we're still doing it. So
Absolutely.
Here we are.
Life. Life happens.
still making stuff.
So if there's anything you guys want or you have questions about anything, definitely reach out. Also, always down to see what our schedule looks like. If people want to do...
Thanks, Ashley. And that's the thing that that's why we like making these, because not only can you use them for investigating, but you can use them as like a centerpiece somewhere around your house for decoration when you're not using them.
Conversation starter.
Yeah, conversation
somebody
starter.
that doesn't know anything about it asks about it, and you get to explain it. And if they're into it and they want to start learning about it, it's a good jumping point to teach people.
Yep. Kate does a really good job customizing this stuff, and I'm the one stuck building them, so I get to at least look at them before we sell them, I guess.
Thank you, Joey.
But yeah, so those are announcements for the end of the year and next year. Next year we're not going to be doing a whole lot of investigating, so again, for the people who were in our live last time, Kate and I will be getting married at the end of September next year. So we're trying to save for that. So
I don't think that was announced at all yet.
it was.
Was it?
Mhm.
When?
A couple lives ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably when I wasn't on it.
probably. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. There was one. Have you ever made a speed racer one? Are you talking about like as a design?
Thank you, guys.
Yes, we can do the free investigations.
We can go to cemeteries and stuff, there might be a couple places that we can get invited to. We know some people, so
No, I have never done a speed racer design before.
well, I'm sure you'll find somebody. Thanks, Anthony. It's nice seeing you alive, Anthony. It's been a while since we've talked, so I seen you come in earlier. I just didn't say anything because our guest was still talking, so I apologize for that. But it's nice seeing you here.
As with everything, we like to invite people to reach out to us. We do try to reach out to others that are interested in joining us on our live cast and get to know them, learn about their start in the paranormal or what they currently do in the community or for their own personal investigations. Definitely feel free to reach out to us, and we can get you in on 1 week.
Yep. And one other thing I want to announce too. So we recently donated some equipment to Cross the Line Paranormal. They are doing a project. It's called EVP. It's the acronym is Echo Veteran Project, and we made some equipment for them, donated it to them, so it's free of charge. And they're allowing the veterans that they take on their investigations to use our equipment. They're going to be posting some videos on them using our equipment, So if you're not following them, make sure you follow them on TikTok and make sure you follow them on YouTube. They have some pretty cool stuff. And we can't wait personally to see our equipment being used by veterans. And we spoke about it, and the guy, he wanted to purchase the equipment from us, and I kind of went above everything, and I was like, no, we're just going to donate it to you guys because what you guys are doing is awesome. So
their name, it's Cross the Line Paranormal, right?
Yep, Cross the Line Paranormal. And the investigator that's running it, I believe his name is David Veros. So
I think, do they post most of their stuff on YouTube?
And they do a lot of lives on TikTok. So
Okay.
Yeah,
they're very cool people to talk with. Tim is going to get to do an investigation with them beginning of next year,
May 1st. I'm going to be going on a battleship. So they invited me.
Without me?
They invited me on the USS Wilmington out in North Carolina. So I'm excited for that. I don't know how that's going to work with the live, if they have some type of like Wi-Fi in the place, because being on a battleship with feet of steel, metal and stuff around me, I don't know how my connection is going to be, but we'll see. If I have great connection, then I'll go live, definitely. So they're a great group of people, and we love what they're doing. So
did you explain what they do? You just said that they work with veterans.
Yeah, so what they do is they reach out to veterans that suffer from PTSD, and they reach out to them to ask them if they want to join them on a paranormal investigation. So basically what they do is try to get them in a different mindset than what they're living. So
instead of fixating on some of the trauma that they've had, they get to learn a new venture and start focusing on something else.
Correct. So that's kind of what they focus on doing, the investigations with veterans that suffer from PTSD. I fully support that 100%. We support that 100%. So that's exactly why we donated our devices to them. And if they need more for the veterans to use, then we'll definitely donate more. So, but yeah, a lot of things to look forward to. So we're excited for it.
Yep, we're definitely gonna keep you guys updated on what we have coming up. Hope to have some really great creators. Aren't they coming up next week on our live cast?
Yeah, so David will be on our live cast next week. So for those of you who are in here right now that are interested in what they do and how they do it, then they'll be here to explain it to you guys. So David, he's the lead guy over it currently. Yeah, that's a neat little card and a nice little touch up there. I wonder who sent that to us.
I don't know. I think they started with a PMP.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we received some coffee and some outstanding coasters, which are sitting over on our side table here from PMP Paranormal. We got it yesterday. But if you guys are looking for some coffee, make sure you guys go on Gruesome Brew, use PMP10 for a discount code, 10% off, and get you some coffee. We have the Abduction, and we're going to try that first thing in the morning.
Maybe set it up tonight with the timer.
Oh, yeah. Should I do that with my phone, too?
Yes.
Start recording automatically on TikTok.
They turned out really good.
Yep. No, we appreciate the support from everybody. You guys are amazing. We couldn't do this without you guys, and we're excited to be here. We're excited for the future, and we can't wait for just look ahead. So
Keep an eye out. We'll be updating our website with some stuff, and hopefully getting some more videos posted from like our DVRs, investigations, and all sorts of fun stuff.
yeah, Anthony, it's great seeing you as well. Again, thank you for being here. How's your equipment doing? I don't know. Get to work, Chris. Jeez. Yeah. But
Yeah, we've had a busy September with investigations. We had a vacation. Finally took a family vacation with our kids and my kids, and we're looking forward to a little bit of slowdown in October to maybe come on here and chat with you guys some more and get some more content out.
yeah, I really kind of want to go like do some cemetery walking, and we haven't really done that this summer because we just kind of been really busy and really haven't found time to do a whole lot. But things are slowing down a little bit, so the nights that we have things that we can go out and do.
We can make time to go to Showman's Rest Cemetery. That's what I want to go do.
Okay, when?
I don't know. On a weekend, we're not busy. Weekends are still busy.
Well, so next Saturday, I'm going to your brother's house to play some D&D. So
don't forget you're picking up. No, that's this weekend.
yeah, that's this weekend.
You're going to be exhausted Saturday.
I'm going to go play some D&D to
Is
unwind.
it D&D or is it Dark Souls?
It's the same thing.
Oh, okay. You're playing tabletop.
We're playing Dark Souls RPG, which uses D&D 5e rules. So it's the same thing.
And I get the house to myself. No
Lucky.
kids. No Tim.
Really?
Maybe I'll do a spa day.
Go get your nails done. Alright guys, you guys have a great night, and we will see you next week with David. He's our next guest. Again, he's doing the EVP project with the veterans, so if you guys are interested, you don't want to miss it. But thank you guys for being here. It's great seeing everybody, and we can't wait for next weekend.
We'll see you guys later.
Stay spooky, guys. Oh, come on.